You know what's fun? Why don't you and your spouse or significant other have major surgery 5 days apart? Doesn't that sound like a good time? Come with me on this journey and let me share with you what I learned during that entire process about myself, about being rooted, about resilience, and rising. It was a normal day. I had had a great day, went to bed, I was really tired, got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, tripped over my beautiful dog, landed on my tile floor, and hurt my knee. Okay, it hurt, but I didn't think it was life-changing, right? So I just start living life rooted in walking funny, not putting all my weight on my leg all of a sudden, but doing all the things I always did. I didn't let it slow me down. That's a good thing, right? Sometimes, not always. I was heading out to lunch with my husband, and I went to step out of the from the laundry room into the garage, and I led with my bad knee. And as I stepped, I heard pop. I froze. Tears were rolling down my eyes as I just stood there. In one way, it hurt so badly, I didn't think I'd ever walk again. In another breath, I kind of went, that feels so much better. Like, I don't know what happened. So off we go to the doctor, where I have a torn meniscus, just for starters. So I need surgery. Well, I can't have surgery right now. I'm really busy. I have an event to do, and then I'm going on a girls' trip, so I'm not passing that up. So I got a really cool knee brace, and I toted it around for a while and wore it. And then it was time I had to commit to the surgery. I couldn't take it anymore. Problem was, my husband had also been waiting to have his total knee replacement. And he said, well, why don't you just do it the week before? We'll be fine. I don't know what he was thinking that day either. Like, have you met me? But we did it. I had surgery on a Thursday, had arthroscopic surgery. I didn't think it was that bad. I'm gonna be fine. He has total knee replacement on that Tuesday, and now we're at home together. Both of us with walkers. We're cute. We're cute. 3 dogs to maneuver around, 2 children. Neither one of us can go get anything for ourselves or them and bring it back because we're on a walker with nothing else. Like, there's not an extra hand. Who thought, like, sure, I can get an ice pack. I can get me some water. We'll make lunch. I don't know what world we were living in thinking that this is a brilliant idea. But here we were. Thank goodness for family and friends who made sure we ate, laundry was done, house was clean. I mean, it was a rough 2 weeks with 2 of us with these walkers trying to maneuver and cheer each other on. Like, where you going? What you doing? I'm just going to a different room. Give me some space. And then we had some fun. We got rooted in each other because after surgery like this, you get to go to physical therapy. Again, we're cute. We go to physical therapy together, like a little old couple. I am not old. But here we go. So 3 times a week, we got to go to physical therapy together. We would go to the 7:30 appointment, do physical therapy for an hour, and then we got to go to breakfast together. And that's where the magic happened. That's where we got rooted back in each other. We had time where we weren't doing anything else, staring at each other. And we had great conversations. We talked about our goals and just things we hadn't done in a long time. It gave us that time. We're also super competitive. So while in physical therapy, there were always the conversations, how far did you go on the bike today? What was your resistance? How heavy was the ball you were doing? And the physical therapy place loved us. I think we were their entertainment, because we went all in for this competition and trying to get better. So that made it so much fun for us. So it doesn't sound so bad. We made it. I go on with my life and I think, I'm good. I'm good. This is great. That feeling did not last long, because my knee never healed correctly. I had bone on bone now, floating cartilage somewhere, another torn something, and I didn't have time to slow down. I thought, I'm resilient. I can do this again. This will be fine. They tell me you need a knee replacement. I'm like, whoa, that's for old people. My husband is older than me a lot, but he's still not real old. But you know, he was a football player, a rugby player. He beat up his knees. I'm just me. Why is this happening to me? I'm like, there's no way I'm having a knee replacement. I'm not doing it. I'll be fine. I had a busy year that year. The most speaking engagements I'd ever had, most client load I'd ever had. I was not going to slow down and miss that, no matter what that meant. I became so rooted in my pain, I was okay with it. I thought resilience was being strong, taking the hit. You can do it. What it did to me was make me immobile. I gained about 80 pounds. I was in constant pain. Still didn't do the surgery. I'm still waiting. But I did do the research. I mean, I put magnesium on it, frankincense. I bought every knee thing you could get that said, if you do this, you won't have to have a knee replacement. I'm here to tell you that doesn't work. It didn't work, but I kept going and going. I even became the person who would fly to a trip and I had to get a wheelchair to make it to the gate. You know how embarrassing that is? Well, for me it was. Again, I thought that was for older people that needed help walking. No, I was just fat and had a really bad knee. And I was swollen from my thigh to my ankle. I hadn't seen my ankle bone in 8 months. It was mortifying. I thought I was being resilient. I was taking care of clients. I was taking care of the engagements I said yes to, no matter what. I did Dentistry's Got Talent twice with my knee messed up. I could barely walk on the stage, up the steps, get there. But I kept plugging along. I can do this, I can do this. And I was trying to do it all alone. That was the hard part. So I finally said, okay, this year is almost over. I'm ready to schedule my knee replacement. I've got one more event to go to. I know I've got dues in here, so I went to the due event and said, after that due event, I'll be ready for surgery. In my infinite wisdom, I thought, you know what? Why don't I do that on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving? I'm brilliant, I'm telling you. We're hosting Thanksgiving. The beautiful thing is I don't cook anyways. I have other gifts. I do not cook. I do not cook. So I figured, well, they're gonna cook and the kids and their significant others are gonna make the sides and the family will come over, and when it's time to eat, I will come out of my bedroom with my walker and sit and have dinner with them, and then we'll play cards, and then I'll go back to bed. It's gonna be a great day. I had optimism, Martin. Had a lot of optimism. Yeah, it did not go that way. I never got out of bed on Thanksgiving. They brought in a tray of food, and I couldn't even think about eating it. But y'all go out there and have fun. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm just going to lay here in pain. Good thing was the nerve block that they did had finally kicked in later. So now my whole leg was numb, and I didn't want to disturb anybody. I had to go to the bathroom. I'm going to tell y'all something, but you can't tell anybody else. Very few people know this. So I try to lift my leg out of the bed myself, right? Because it's so numb. Well, as you can imagine, I didn't make it to the bathroom. Now I needed help. I don't like asking for help. That doesn't seem resilient. That doesn't seem like a strong woman would do that. So I had to call my husband, like, we have a problem. Thank goodness he is a good man. Because he took care of me, got me cleaned up, cleaned everything up, and I'm back in bed. And that's when I realized I will not rise alone. I'm gonna need help. Look, and I'm a hard worker. I will do the work. So I'm back in physical therapy with my favorite physical therapy guys, and I'm doing the work. I mean, I'm doing it at home, I'm doing it with them. I mean, I'm not a quitter. I push myself really hard. Mind you, I was 80 pounds heavier than I'd ever been in my entire life, so that sucked. But I was still trying to do the stuff. My knee would not bend or straighten in the way it should after 4 months of physical therapy. So now they said, why don't we do this other procedure called manipulation? Now, when has manipulation ever sounded like a good time? And I'm like, I'm not ready for that. So they said, well, how about this torture device first? And I literally laid in bed with a device from my hip to my toes, a blood pressure cuff around my knee kind of thing, and I pumped it up, and it pushed my knee down for me. And I did that 6 times a day for 20 minutes at a time. Flat on your back. I was getting fatter by the minute because I was not moving. So I conceded, all right, we'll do the manipulation. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. And what they're going to do is they're going to put you to sleep, and they're going to bend and straighten your knee for you. Right? Who would not want to do that? I woke up from that surgery, and my husband, William, is looking at me, and he's like waiting for some signs. Is this good? Is she pissed? Is she happy? Is she drugged? Like, give me something. And I looked up, and I was like, that is amazing. Like, I feel really good. He goes, you're probably still numb. I'm like, it's different though. I feel different. I think this is it. I felt so good that day. Back to physical therapy. I'm walking, doing all the things. I'm finally able to straighten my leg and bend my leg. I finally got to graduate PT. They miss me. I still hear from them when I see them at the store. Angela, how are you doing? We miss you. I was finally there, but it took a team to get me there. I was able to walk. I've lost, in 24, I lost 65 pounds. So I'm well on my way to getting better. There was a time when I could not have stood 30 minutes and done that ball exercise yesterday, or stand here without being in pain. Here's what I learned. I want you to think about this. What have you been rooted in that really wasn't something you should have been rooted in? Because I got rooted in that pain, and I was willing to live there. I did live there at the cost of my own health, my family, relationships. Let's just say when you're in that amount of pain every day, I don't know about you, was not the most charming person to be around. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I was grumpy, I was hurt, and I was fat. I was just having a really hard time. I thought resilience was only a good thing. which it is. I love resilience. I like being able to be down and come back and we adjust quickly. All of those things are amazing. But when are we using resilience as an excuse for something too? So when you think about resilience, I want to be strong. I want to adapt quickly. I want to make adjustments. Those are all fabulous things that we want to have happen. And then let's talk about the rise. Can you do it alone? It's a heck of a lot easier if you take somebody with you. I want to bring people up with me. And what I learned is that I need help to rise as well. I needed physical therapy. I needed help at home. I needed support. I was not in it alone, even though I felt many times like it was just me against everybody else. Because no one knew how bad my pain was, that I stayed rooted in, and I could have changed it sooner. But the journey all taught me something. Be smart about what you root yourself in. For me, it's faith, family. Stay true to that. Resilience. Be resilient. Know your limits. Know when is enough. Know when I need help. And if you're ready to rise, right? Maybe I wasn't ready to rise, right? When you're ready to rise, who's going to help you? Who are you looking up to? Who's bringing you up with them? We have a support system, and that's why we nurture those relationships. Who am I going to go to help me rise? Help me rise. And so now I have this beautiful, beautiful scar. Isn't it nice? And that's my badge of honor for all the things that I went through. I don't recommend knee surgery. It wasn't fun. But on the other end of it, you can say, what did I learn? Am I better because of it? Yes. Did I build better relationships? Yes. Because what you also can't do at the airport is carry your own bag and be in a wheelchair. You have to get on the plane first. I mean, it's just unbelievably embarrassing. I'm so happy when I flew out the other day that I was able to walk to my gate, had a transfer, and was able to walk to the next gate without any help. It's the first time I felt good in 3.5 years. So that's a long time of being rooted in pain. So be smart. What are you rooted in? Where is your resilience? What's possible? What are you doing? And then get ready to rise. This is my year, guys. Look out. I'm coming. Coming. I'm ready to rise. So thank you guys very much.